Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are presenting a program. Today, we have a very special program and we have a very special guest with us. And as you are aware that we have been presenting these programs from the last 4 years from NCNTV, current affair program, who is owned by Mr. Samson Javed, who is renowned journalist, who is a chairman of this television. We are very thankful for him who provided us this opportunity to talk about the current affair program, and especially this is a very hot topic for today. And we are talking about the burning issue of Quran, especially in Sweden. And we want to know what are the reasons behind this and how we can resolve such issues. And I'm very thankful today. My guest is a very renowned journalist. He's an author. His name is Emmanuel Ratiq. He is from Sweden. He has done his master in Islamic study. So there is no doubt he knows very well about the Islam. He understands everything. He's a presidential award-winning journalist and author, and he's a former senior editor, Daily Jang. I will come back to him after 2 or 3 minutes, and I will take his view. But I just want to tell you that what is the incident, why we are organizing this program. And from the last 1.5 weeks, everybody is astonished what has happened in Sweden, but we do not know the reason. But the person who is with us is going to tell us that what had happened. But I can tell you, I can share with you the incident. On the 28th of June, his name is Salwan Momika, a 37-year-old Iraqi who fled to Sweden 7 years ago, tore up and burned Quran pages of the Islamic holy book outside Stockholm's central mosque, while Swedish police have rejected several recent applications for anti-Quran demonstrations. Court have overruled those decisions, saying they infringe on the right of the freedom of speech. Police later charged the man with agitation against an ethnic or national group, even with condemnation from Christian living and outside of Pakistan. This incident is being linked to the Christian faith, and ordinary Christians in Pakistan are being threatened and targeted. We are very, very thankful that a person who is with us, he knows very well about this. And I can tell you, it is not only condemned by the Pakistani Christians across the world, but it is also condemned by Pope, who is the head of Catholic, and he is the voice of Christians. And we are very thankful. As soon as the incident took place, and Pope has said, Swedish Christian Council, Pope condemns Quran burning in Sweden and calls for respect. The pontiff says no holy book should be discredited and rejects the idea that offensive protest should be allowed in the name of free speech. Pope Francis has condemned last week's Quran burning in Sweden, saying he felt angry and disgusted to see the Muslim holy book discredited. In an interview published on Monday in the United Arab Emirates newspaper, Al-Ittihad, the Pope said any book considered holy should be respected and respected those who believe in it. So that means he's not only condemning for Quran, but he's talking about the holy books. So that means if the Bibles are burned anywhere, or the Gita burned, or the Granth book, or any book which belongs to any religion. And today we are going to talk about this, and I'm thankful that Mr. Emmanuel is with us. Mr. Emmanuel, we welcome to our show.
Thank you very much, and I'm very pleased that you spoke very fluent English, and already, you see, put the background of the what sad tragedy has happened here in Sweden, unfortunately, and it has also spread in the whole world and stirred the emotions of Muslims across the world. 1.8 billion Muslims. So it is one. I am also a humble student of Quran, and I did, as you told, masters in Islamic studies, which covers history of Islam, jurisprudence, and 8 papers are there. So but this is about this book, and this book was given to me as a present. This copy was given to me as a present when I won the award for writing a book on the holy life of Prophet Muhammad in the time of Zia. And that time of that news is here. And then you see, you cannot make everybody happy all the time. And because there are always different opinions about one thing. When you do one thing, some people like it, other people don't like it. But to start with, we don't like this action of this extremist person, Mr. Suleiman, as you said, and we condemn, to start with, we condemn it. And we're thankful. We're not like Pope. Pope is a big authority, and is authority for all Christians, irrespective of whether they are Catholics or Protestant. He holds a high position in our hearts, and he represents the whole Christianity. When he has condemned, it means that all Christians condemn it, whatever denomination they belong to. And so I also condemn this provocative act. Is an unhealthy critic. He is a critic, he says. He is a student of Islam, he says, and he, under the pretext of criticism, he burned the holy book of sacred book held holy by 1.8 Muslims across the world, my dear friends. And it was not first time, unluckily, in Sweden that it has happened. It is almost the third time. One Danish person also, you see, 2 times try to. Swedish government is not involved into that. Swedish government is protecting everybody, and they have a right of protest. Muslims have equal rights, and they can protest what the thing they don't like. But this action, burning the holy book of a person, of a section, of a community, is not a productive thing. It's a provocative thing. So Jesus does not tell us like do that. He did not tell us that if somebody burned the Bible. When I was a student there in Pakistan, they burned the Bible also, Holy Bible, in Murray College, Sialkot. And then also I wrote a book there in Urdu, which is called Bible Quran Ki Nazar Mein, Bible in the sight of the Quran. So the reason, we are gathered here to tell that what is the reason that they are not so mad, they are not so foolish as we should, not to be sent to the mental hospital, but why they do it, and do it repeatedly. And not only in, sometimes they like to do it in Netherlands too. And why there is such a trend of not respecting the Quran. It means, so I was just writing here when we were waiting, what are the reasons? So there could be many reasons. Sometimes it is a political also tied to that. NATO thing could be tied to that also. But I think the root cause of the burning the Quran is that they don't know. They have not read. They have not understood that. So understanding the Quran in a right way, that is the thing which because ignorance is the root cause. Because when somebody does not like Bible, they burned the Bible there in Murray College, Lahore, in my school years. And that means they have never...
Sorry, Emmanuel sir, can I just stop you for 1 minute? And I would like to update the audience what had happened a couple of months back. And because this is in the context what you're talking. So the people should know that what exactly had happened. Just a minute. Give me 1 minute, and I would like to update our audience. In April this year, what happened? Boston Satanic congoggers shared Bible, pro-pop flag during opening ritual, Hail Satan. And this incident didn't happen in Boston, USA. A group of satanic chaired as two leaders opened a Satanic Conference 2023 on Friday with a formal ceremony re-announcing symbols of oppression by ripping up a Bible and a thin blue line flag representing police. We stand here today in defiance of their siege and destroy their symbols of oppression, a female leader told the crowd before ripping pages out of the Bible and throwing them on the floor, video showed. I watched that video, and the video clearly updating what exactly happened. But regarding all this matter, I can tell you that our role was very positive, and I can tell you that the people, even that time, they did not raise this issue as a political. They tried themselves. They should be calm. They should not actually write. And EU but now even for this new incident, I know that the EU and the Iraqi bishops joined condemnation of the burning of the Quran in Sweden. So I think our role is very, very positive, and we are so thankful that although our Bible was burned, not here, and even I can tell you that you are giving the example of Murray College when you were there. But I can tell you that there were several Bible were burned in Lahore, the incident which took place in Joseph Kaluri. If you remember that some 10 years back when they attacked there, I'm not saying that all the Muslims, but there are some people who, when they attacked the Christian houses, they burned so many Bible. But the Christian people, they were calm, and they tried actually that we will calm this situation. So please, you carry on. But Bibles are also burned. Yeah.
Thank you. So that is why these are the actions of stanic action, as they say, the stanic verses. It is stanic action to burn a holy book of a person, sacred person, injure the feelings of your neighbor. And Christianity is about love and forgiveness. So we don't take one ear for the ear, eye for the eye, tooth for the tooth. That was Moses. But Jesus said, if somebody would try to slap your one cheek, turn the other one too. So that is also a teaching of forgiveness. But we don't say that since Christians do that, Muslims should also do that. But of course, you cannot injure a person more than that when you injure his book, which he believes that it is most sacred. So then I was also doing, they also held this seminar here in February also, when they burnt it. Before that, they burnt it here in Sweden, in Malmö city. And that was a Dutchman from Denmark. He did that. And I wrote this article in Swedish paper that the burning of the Quran is not justified. We cannot say since they burned the Bible and he should react to burn he is not Christian, by the way. The person is a Kurdish gentleman, and there are different opinions about his religion. He is not member of any church. And the government is not supporting it. Sweden is a country of peace and freedom, and it protects Muslims equally. Muslims have equal, my friends Muslims, they have fled from Pakistan, they have fled from different countries to seek asylum here in this country, because the violence is very much hated here, and nobody can take the law into their hands. So even whatever he is, Christian or Hindu or whatever race he is, or communist, whatever he is, but nobody is allowed to take the law into, if they want that this law is bad, so they should have to go to the parliament, and it is a procedure to amend the law. But otherwise, police is there to act what the law is, the present law. For example, in our country, blasphemy law is there. And my friend Bishop John Joseph was murdered. He tried to protest that. But it is not through violence or through mob attacking the court and the mob attacking the police and force them to change the law. But that is a procedure, peaceful procedure. Peaceful protest is allowed. All Western countries, in Sweden too, And I also, among those people, I put a black necktie here to express my sorrow and sadness. And I share their sorrow that their book is burned. And that is not only their book, it is also a book which is called, it says that it is Inna Haza Lafi al-Suful Ula. Quran is not only an isolated book. I told them here in the first talk when I made it here. So, and there also in that assembly, when many Muslims were my friends, invited me to say a few words. So I told them that the mistake is that they think Quran is an isolated book. Quran did not claim that it is a new book. Quran says that Inna Haza Lafil Sofil Ula. The Quran is in the early scriptures. So that is why many Christians say that it is a copy. We don't say that strong word, but it is very much similar with the other books which, and Prophet Muhammad, he had great relations with Christians. And his first wife was Jew, and her name was Khadija. And this Quran, when it was revealed, it is revealed here. I have this encyclopedia here. I didn't write everything here. So here, how the Quran started to be the first revelation. The first revelation, you can see that it is Muslim person has made this encyclopedia, and there are good pictures here. So you will see that here is how the first revelation came into existence. So it was in the cave of Hira. You see, a few miles away from Mecca. And Prophet Muhammad, he used to meditate there. And but when the first thing, according to him, angel Gabriel appeared to him, and he asked him to say, Ikra Bismi Rabbika, read in the name of your Lord God. And then he said, Ma anta bekari, I'm not a reader. So then he was very much confused according to Sahih Bukhari and many Tariq, history of Ibn Hisham. I have 6,000 books here. So there's no time here to bring every book here, but you can take me on my words. So and when he was very confused, he ran to his wife, Khadija, and he said he does not know what has happened, and so perplexed. And but Khadija said she does not know either. It could be some spell and some jinn, some evil spirit might have captured you. But no, but I have a solution. She took him to her cousin, Warqa bin Nawfal, and that was a Christian calligrapher of the Gospels, old man. It is also mentioned in the book of Hadith. So the Christians are the one. He said, don't worry, it could be Gabriel. It could be God may be talking to you as he talked with Moses. So then he assured him, and then that it transformed the life of Prophet Muhammad. And he was just a man, Abd, the servant of God, servant. And his father's name was Abdullah, but he was just Muhammad. But that time after that, he became Rasul Allah, became the prophet of God. So that is why the first revelation, Quran has this transformation from the day, and Christians are the one who assured him and encouraged him. That was Warqa bin Nawfal. And if going back to that, Christians had great relations with the Prophet Muhammad. He grew up among them. He was there. All his relatives were against him. Abu Sufyan, when he said that God is spoken to him, Abu Sufyan became very angry. His uncle, maternal uncle. Abu Jahl, they said, you gone mad. Why you such a man, a shepherd of the camels, and no God has spoken to you. That is, they God forbid to quote me. They said it is rubbish that God can speak to you. You don't know, you have never gone any to studies, and God is speaking to you. But that is their blasphemy, and we don't think that they were right. It was nakle kufr nabashat. We are just copying that thing. But Muslims say that we don't mean that Abu Sufyan was right, or his thoughts were right. But that means that Christians are always having good relations with Prophet Muhammad, and his wife was Jewish, and the Jews are not called Jews. They are included in the people of the book. So Muhammad never said that Christians or Jews are infidels. That word he never used. He used for Christians the word people of the book. We are the people. He differentiated between the people of the book and the people who do not have a book. I told them last time after Mr. Samson when he conducted this talk on the Bible. So the need of the time is that we can keep talking and saying the reasons. What are the reasons? Reasons are that these people who run from other countries where there are no human rights, most of them, and there is no democracy there, and people are persecuted if they are not Sunni Muslim. So if Shia, they will persecute Shia Muslims. And what about Christians? What about Ahmadiyas? So they would persecute everybody. It is not the government, but it is the people, mob people. Mob is not given any right to press and change the law. You can express peacefully. And here they are allowed to express their peaceful right to peaceful protest there. And they are doing today even. My friends are doing there. They asked me to come there instead of doing the seminar. I said, no, I have an engagement here. So, but I love them. And Prophet Muhammad also said, Ana ulan nasa bi Isa ibn Maryam. My best relations are with no other people than Jesus, the son of Mary. That is this. So then also.
Can I just, because I have some question for you, because my viewers want to know something more. So I want to tell, especially from this platform, and we would like to update to everybody, and especially Pakistani Christians across the world, not only condemn, but I know that our politicians, our church leaders, I saw all the Catholic bishops in Pakistan, all the Anglican bishop, all the denominations, Baptist and everybody, whatever you name, and politicians. I saw the videos of Mr. Kamran Michael, Mr. Anthony David, and all these people, Askia Nasser Saiba, and everybody, you name it. So they all condemn this incident. Shouldn't be happen. And I think the most important thing is that nobody encourage. And that is not the issue that if somebody burned the Quran or any holy Bible or any holy book in a country, for example, Sweden is a secular country, if I'm not wrong. Is that correct? So
that is true.
So
in the eyes of the parliamentarian, my friend sitting in front of me, you see, for him, Muslims are as dear as I am dear to him. So in the eyes of the parliament and law, there is no difference between a Muslim, a Hindu, or Buddhist, whatever. State and religion, they are separate. So they do not, that guy who burnt the Quran, unluckily, unfortunately, and stupidly, they do not reflect the views of the government. Do not reflect the views of the Christians. Do not reflect the views of the Bible. So Bible has nothing to do. Jesus who died on the cross, he has nothing to do. Cross has nothing to do. Cross is the people of the cross are persecuted for the sake of, having called following cross. So cross has nothing to do. Crescent has nothing to do. The signs, you see, but the misunderstanding is that people who have not read the Quran, they think Islam promotes terrorism. Here is the book here. No, that is the reason in the mindset of those people, ignorance, it is stupid, but we need to answer them with arguments. Jau burhanakum, Quran says. Arguments, as Jinnah said, he won the country by force of argument. you know, here, the father of the country. You see, I was there, ambassador is here, my present ambassador, he lives in England, but he works here, Dr.
Yeah,
Zahur Ahmed. And this is me. He came to
yeah,
my birthday, and this is Jinnah, the founder. But also Christians had great relations. They even contributed in the creation of Pakistan. And these are the three peoples who voted for Pakistan, you know,
yeah.
and Dreamer also, and Jinnah also, and here also this Diwan from Pasrur, you know, Bahadur. What
Bahadur
was his
Singh. Yeah,
name?
yeah.
What was his name?
Diwan Bahadur Singh.
Diwar SP Singha.
SP Singh.
SP Singha, you could say.
Yeah.
And this is Gibbon, Mr. Gibbon.
Yes.
And this is also. All these three people had a casting vote to support to become part. So Christians should have the equal rights there also, as Muslims have equal rights here. I can assure you, Mr. Anders can assure you here, that no Muslim is discriminated because of his faith, whatever faith. You could be Shia, you could be Sunni, you could be Ahmadiyya. Lakum deenukum wa layya deen. Quran also says so. You have your religion, and Jinnah also said, religion has nothing to do. You can go to your temples. You can go to your on his famous speech. So that is, if we follow him, you see, with the country in Pakistan in special, we're talking in Pakistan because I heard that they are also you see, trampling down the crosses. Crosses has nothing to do. Christians have nothing to do. All Christians. Half of the Quran, I know Quran by heart, almost 2/3. So the Quran, you see, has named Jesus Christ 100 times by way of reference, and 25 times by name, and have many surahs dedicated. One surah is Surah Maryam, dedicated to Virgin Mary. So it's if you take that thing out from there, and one man, by learned professor of Farman Christian College, you see, Mr. S.M. Paul, you see, he has written one book, which I have so many books here. So here, that is the name of the book. It's called Our Quran. It is not only Muslims' Quran, because when we see the similarities, and some go to the extent that it is copied, we don't go to that extent, but similarities are striking between Bible and Quran. He said, if we take out this Quran by saying that it is our Quran, what you have left some other things. You see, only jurisprudence thing, how to divide your property and how many wives you should have. So that is your Quran. But that is exaggerated view. But Quran is also tasdeeq allazi baina yadayhi aydihim, in what is in front of them. Quran is built up its authenticity, that Quran is nothing, but it is only the attestation of the early scripture. So
Okay,
that is what.
sorry, Mr. Emmanuel, based on your experience, I would like to know a few things. For example, as a Christians, there are so many Christians, diaspora, especially from Pakistan, who lived across the world. They want to know, because we all love all are Muslim, no matter what religion, because as you have already updated, our Jesus Christ is a Prince of Peace. He loves everyone. So the point is here. So if you want to update me, what can be done to prevent the persecution of Christians in Pakistan? Nowadays, there are so many Christians are being persecuted, especially for blasphemy law. What is the reason? How we can stop that?
Yeah, you see here, I lived with him, so that is also open secret. If you go to the parliament and press there, Christians all go there and say that change this law. So, but there is a procedure to change the law. 2950, you see, I have law books also, and you see, there is also an article written Navishta Divar. So there are also names there who are persecuted, and Asia B case became very well known here. And thankfully she was acquitted. But even then, she could not live in Pakistan because of her faith. So it is no hell of difference between other countries and Sweden. Sweden is a free country. Western people are free people, and they don't care much about your religious affiliation. They care you are human. Even somebody run over the dog, so he is fined here because the dog is so much precious here. So what about Muslims and Christians? We are more than dogs and more than birds. So if you have, so it is not a country, not to accuse the country, not to accuse the parliamentarian, not to accuse Mr. Anders here, but we have to, you see, the people, that person who burnt that is Stanik, we know Christian sport, because especially a person who reads the Quran, because Christians are always in chains. I have many books, they are piled up here. So, and you know, the first Quran, you see, you have many books here. This Samson, Mr. Samson, you see, I showed Reverend Barkatullah from Narwal. So he wrote this book on the life of Muhammad Arabi, prize winner book. And there are people also, you see, the first translation of the Quran was done here. You have, this is the Quran done by Mr. Jar Sale in 17th. What year it was? Under 1734?
Yeah.
1734. I have that facsimile copy of that. I have the original Quran too, but Anders, you see, it's hard for him to bring all those books here and put them. So Islam is not something new. It is starting, you see, Muslims themselves say, it is not started, you see, from that cave of Hira. You see, but history says so. But according to Muslims, it says every Muslim, even Jesus is called Muslim in the Quran. And Hawariyun, disciples of Jesus, is named. That means the literal meaning that they are submitting themselves to God, Allah. So that is why. So that Abul Kalam Azad also, I can show you many. I have not written too much here, but I can show you here. You see what are the, you see, basic concepts of the Quran. Quran has never, you see, tried to isolate itself from the Bible. Unless you know the, you see, story, the details, you must go to the Bible. You see, what is referred there in the Quran, if you want to know the details about Mary and how it happened, and when the whole story is mentioned in the book of Luke and in Matthew. So if you have to complete the whole story and know the whole version, then you must also, you see, not Yominun Bazal Kitab, is to judge the part. Quran is part of that. You see, so we respect Quran, and I read it every day, as I told many times, and I love it, and because it is a tester. It attests the book, and you cannot burn a tester. If somebody tests your documents, you are not against that person. Jesus said, who is not against me is for me. So Quran is not against Jesus. It says that without believing in Jesus, the word of God, you cannot become a Muslim. Without believing that Bible is the word of God, you see, you cannot become a Muslim. But the extremist people come and they said they have changed the Bible, and that is the extremist people are the cause, root cause. Extremist people, unread Maulvi and Mullah or priest also, who can create some problems and misinterpret. This book is very important. Ek Islam, Dr. Ghulam Jalani. He won his PhD degree on Islam by writing this book. From Kamalpur he was. Dr. Ghulam Jalani, great scholar in Urdu, and has written many books there. Sheikh Ashraf from Lahore has published those books. I have all his books there. But I have 6,000 books here. So, but we are very happy that you see, elaborated more than me, that what is the background. And you see, this is also great scholars are there. You can start from King Negus. You can, when King Negus was Ethiopian, when Muslims were persecuted in Makkah, they fled to Ethiopia. That Ethiopia was called Habsha in the Arabic. And that time, and there was a king, Catholic king, Negus. And Negus used to protected Muslims. And now we are doing the same. Christian countries are doing the same. You see, when you run from economic reasons or from persecution for genuine reasons or from maybe cooked reasons, you come and you touch here the border of Europe, then they protect you. So it's a peaceful country. Jalna fi kalubihim rafatan warama. Quran says that we have created love and mercy in their hearts. So that is the Christian people are leading in education, leading in charity works, leading Bill Gates, and leading hospital building there in Pakistan, and you see, and other institutes, language, eye hospital in Deska and in Texla also, run by Swedish people. You see,
Mr. Emmanuel, I'm just coming because now we have 15 to 20 minutes in our program. So what I would like, I can see there are Muslims and Christians working together across the world, and especially the diaspora, which is a very, very healthy sign. The major religion, especially I'm talking in context of Pakistan, the both religions sit together. They understand each other now. And I know that this time the situation could be dangerous for the Pakistani Christians. And we knew very well there were some threats from the extremist organization, not all, but some of them. They tried every night to burn the churches, the houses, but the situation has been taken very carefully. But my question to you, the protest has taken place only in Pakistan. The protest has not taken some other countries. So what can be done to especially to prevent the Christians? And do you think that we need to do a more dialogue with the politicians, especially in Pakistan, and dialogue with the Islamic scholars to understand each other and how to stop all these things?
Yeah, the question is this, that here I do my small contribution here when I was teaching in the university here too, and I also do as a guest teacher wherever I go. And my book, I have written this book, besides writing 2 books on the holy life and conduct of the Prophet. One of them won the presidential award. You see that for $5,000 here at the time of Zia. But extremist people are not happy. And you see also there a lamp spreading light. And also I wrote a book which is currently used. It is called Jesus, Contact and Conflict between Christians and Muslims. So here when I do the articles, also the thing is dialogue, not confrontation. So the best thing is to do, Quran also says there, Fatu burhanakum. He does not say bring your sword. He says bring the misunderstanding is they think that Quran is talking about sword all the time. That is a misunderstanding, because Prophet Muhammad only, you see, try to defend when it was another time, tribal time. So you cannot have, so he tried to first in Mecca, they persecuted him. He did not respond to them. He rather fled from there. And first fled, one bench fled to, you see, Habsha or Ethiopia, modern time Ethiopia. And that time king was Negus, as I told you. So, and there were also, you see, Negus protected and Bishop Buhara. When Prophet Muhammad was only 12 years of age, he was a cattle driver, was working as a driver, driving camels for Khadija. Then when his father died, Abdullah, and then his uncle, you see, asked him to work. And then he worked there. That Jewish lady, her name was Khadija, first wife. And during his relations with that first wife, Prophet Muhammad never married any. He was so true to her. And so he said that he is most under debt to Khadija than anybody else, because he respected her, because she is the one who encouraged him in the time of weal and woe, when there was no glory, no, Islam did not conquer, did not become triumphant in Mecca, and was only persecuted. Islam as a persecuted group there, you see, in Mecca. And then they had to flee to Medina later on. A few people, then it became force coming back to, you see, Makkah again, and conquered Makkah again. And then he said he also forgave, because La tasribu alaykum al-jawm. To Abu Sufyan, he said Abu Sufyan was his maternal uncle, the worst enemy. He forgave him also. So that is the thing, forgiveness. Love and forgiveness is the peak thing and key thing to solve everything. Dialogue is as you said properly, dialogue is the right thing, but how to do dialogue? Some people only believe in violence and sword, so they do not believe in the force of argument. But the Jinnah also, you see, believed in the force of argument. But they asked him to change the flag and he said, state has nothing to do with religion. Everybody is free. Hindus are free to go to their temple. Sikhs are go to their worship place. Christians are free to. And Mountbatten is standing here. You have Mountbatten here, and you have his wife here. And that is the first time, you see. And I have many. That is not our topic now. But you see, Christians are always happy resolution on day. And we also respect Dr. Zahoor Ahmed here. He is an ambassador here. And he is my friend also. And early ambassador was also my friend. He is named Mr. Tariq Zamir. So he invited also me to speak there. It is a picture there also. And one pastor was also here visiting. He also sitting here. It is in the embassy, you see. So here also he reaches out to Christians. So there is, you see, we should be thinking broader. We should not be closed in a box. So religion, Christianity is...
Can I just come to, because you were a journalist, and as a journalist, you have written so many articles. You have investigated. You have done.
Victim also.
Exactly. So the point is that, because when I was a child, I remember that the Muslim Christians, they live together, they love each other, but
yes.
all of the sudden, when the curriculum has changed, the syllabus has changed, the book, everything has been taken at the time of Ziaul Haq from the books, and all of the sudden the mindset has been changed. How we can reverse that era? I'm talking about the era which was before Ziaul Haq. So that era has not changed if you will take the history from 77, before 77 and now, it is totally changed. How we can bring back?
The question is this, that's a very difficult question. You change the mindset of the people, take away the ignorance from the ignorant people, very difficult. But of course, we should not be disappointed. And the governments also, new governments, for example, this Mr. Bilawal Bhutto, Mr. Nawaz Sharif, and Shahbaz Sharif, they are educated in, as you see, the highest college there. What college? Atchison College, they are graduates. Sacred Heart. You see, Mr. Prime Minister, President, Prime Minister is, and Mr. even early Prime Minister, Mr. Imran Khan also. So he is married to a lady there in England, Miss Jabama. You know that. But of course, we should live together. And Prophet Muhammad allowed ta'amu ahlul kitabu hila alaykum. The food of the people of the people of the book is permitted to them. But in the hotels, ignorance, you could give them a separate vessel. They don't use your utensils there. So it is ignorance. So ignorance, but Quran, if they read the Quran say, Ta'amu ahlul kitabi uhilla alaykum. His wife was a Jew there. So they were eating together, and two other wives also. You see, one also, Memona also was given as a gift. And so he said, the marriage with them is permitted, not only one-sided. It is true. Not only the man could take their Muslim man could take a Christian girl, but also Christian man can also take that. That was the time. You see, the real teaching of the Quran. So real teaching of the Quran, to implement it practically. I have Muslim friends. My heart beat with them. Tomorrow there is a Muslim friend come from Georgia. So they are waiting for me. I told them I cannot come today because of this engagement. Another girl, like my daughter Fatima, she's come from Dallas, and they're waiting for me, and I will visit them. They are my friends, and I love them very much. I have many Muslim friends from my childhood onwards. So, and I worked among Muslims. So El Wadach is my dear friend. This also, apna Irshad Arif from Muqabil TV, Harun Rashid. All these are my friends. Munno Bhai was my friend. All my friends. My heart beat with them, and we share everything with each other. But everybody is not like that. We should have also to change our mindset and become broad and think broadly. And Christianity is not a narrow religion. Islam is neither also narrow, because it takes Jews, it takes Christians, and you see, had good relations with Christians. First, he worshipped toward Jerusalem. When he was in Medina, for a time, he worshipped towards the temple of the Jews, Jerusalem, and that later on he changed to Makkah, you see, Kaaba. So that is why, that is also, he was such a good relations with, so we should develop those kind of relations. Jinnah was the founder, our country founder. He was also, you see, he said, religion prejudice has nothing to do with the state. Your state has something equal for everybody. Equal rights for Christians too, for Jews too, for Muslims too, for Shia too, for Ahmadiyas too. Everybody should have equal rights. That is exemplary state. And you cannot put one, if you put only Shia courts there, in the, coming back to your question, and put Sunni courts there, one course is against the other section. It should be secular. It should be about, as the British people have, and here Sweden people have. If you ask that, take our religious books there and make it that school, which is for everybody, make it a religious school. That's not a theology. That is a school for education, to learn mathematics, to geography, to science. So that is the thing. Also, Pakistan should do that. But there comes the religious people come. If they come in power, they said, no, it is time for us to change the syllabus. And you know that well. I need not to nominate. We know the people who do that. And they were in the media, people also talking on. They are not read any degree in religion, only just kind of quack. And they try to become, you see, give their opinion upon religion and Quran. They half know the Quran. I know Quran by the grace of God with his commentaries. What is the right interpretation of the Quran? Quran never says that Bible is changed. It's no, they say, everybody says Bible is corrupt. Bible is corrupt. You believe three gods. That is a common people view. It is not the view of the Quran. Here in this book, he has clarified it. Sir Sayyid Ahmad clarified that. So we should have love each other's book. And I read the Quran. I don't become Muslim, but I respect it. The Quran, I put the Quran on the top. You see, with my father's picture there. Quran is there. My father's picture is there. Through him also, he was a teacher, and he taught me to be liberal. You see, above this headmaster. So that is why we need to talk. I have written many books coming back, not talking much about me. So this book is in Jesus' Contact and Conflict between Christians. I will send you a copy as a compliment. So, but when you send the address, and also to Mr. Samson also, and Mr. Shakil also, when the time is over, you tell me, so we could wind it up. The first translation of the Quran is also done by Christian. It is called Tarjmatul Quran, idiomatic Imaduddin, Reverend Imaduddin. It is also done, you see, in early Oh yeah, early 90s, 1884, I think.
88.
Huh?
88.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. This that is English. So that, but English is also done by. So Christian love and they want to read the Quran. Scholar people, but scholar people have also. We have commentaries here. Every book, commentary from Modudi. Modudi was also known to me personally, and many other people are a great scholar. Alama Alauddin Siddiqui was the head of the department when I did my master. So, Assam Zaman, you see, was my Arabic teacher from Sargoda College. I was also, Yusuf Jalil was my teacher there. In Garden College, I did 1 year in Garden College, Rawalpindi. He's a great scholar of K.L. Nasser, my personal friend. Many scholars are there. I may not miss the showing you the picture of one great man, here. So that is also, I had picture with him too. It's called Reverend Abdullah.
Yes, thank you very much. I think you have given a very good perspective, especially your relation with the Muslim people. You have written the books about, and you know by heart the Holy Quran, which I believe is a very very important. And as a teacher of Quran, you have updated us a lot of things. You have done your master in Islamic study. You sit with them as a journalist. You have seen everything, the important things which you have updated us from our today's program. I think it's very, very important for our viewers. First of all, the teaching of Christianity is to love. Similarly, Islam also teaches the love. So we have to live together. And as far as the Pakistanis, I'm sure the protest, although has taken place across the world, but the reaction in Pakistan, and I'm so glad that the Pope. I'm just going to read again the statement which Pope Saab has given. Pope Francis has condemned last week's Quran burning in Sweden, saying he felt angry and disgusted.
I have excuse, I'm not that big cadre, but I also include that I've also, Anders has written in a hand for me, we condemn this one. And Sweden also condemned it. Parliament would also.
I'm just coming back, and I'm so thankful that the Swedish government, I saw in the newspaper a couple of days back, they are also thinking that they should restrict actually, right, so nobody will take the law in their hand, especially as when the matter comes of religions. And I think it's a very very good step, and we are very thankful, especially to all the Pakistani Christians who condemned, and they are very very sad. And the diaspora who sits in many countries across the world, they also condemn. This is not the right thing. We live together, we love each other, and this is our message. And thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel. It was lovely to talk to you, and I'm sure our viewers are so happy the way you have updated everything. And we are very thankful to Mr. Samson Javed, who is owner of Newcastle Christian Network, who organized such discussion and given us the opportunity to talk about all these issues. These are very, very important issues. And I'm very thankful that our viewers would be happy to see this program. And if you have anything you want to update, please, by all means.
Okay, but I also, in return, would thank you greatly and thank Mr. Samson Javed and Shakil David and Mr. Anders, who has come. You see, politician here, spent many hours here for me, correcting the thing.
Would you like to invite him, please? If you
yeah, please.
Please.
He's here. He's waiting for me. So sometimes he does not understand.
Mr. Anderson, we welcome you to our show. And would you like to tell us something about this NCNTV?
Would you like to say something? No. He just, because I will make him more brave. Okay. But I know he's a politician, so he doesn't want to get involved, because it is the matter in the hands of the politicians there. As you see, government thinks we have to obey the rule. And Pakistani people also here, they did not take up to violence here. Pakistani people are protesting. Was they protested there? It was also a peaceful protest here, and I addressed that time here. Police is here, as you know, and also we should also protest. To protest peacefully is everybody's right. And
Yes.
but to burn is also legally right, but it is not ethically right, because you see, Quran is also, you see, concluding sentence, I would say. Here, in Pakistan, you have death penalty for blasphemy law. So we have to take measures to protect Christians there. No, Pakistan times it is death compulsory, mandatory, you see, by 295C. So that is also, you see, taking opportunity that also such laws should be reviewed. And new government will do that. And people, they understand. They are high-minded people. Nawaz Sharif is a high-minded person. And Mr. Shahbaz Sharif is a high-minded person. We may have different opinions. My people here, they love Imran Khan. We love him also. So the love is, you see, all-rounder. So we don't exclude anybody from love. He has many qualities. We should be honest, and honesty should be our principle.
And okay, I would also like to take this opportunity to update Christians, especially in Pakistan. Whoever comes in the power, no matter whether it's Ziaul Haq,
Mr. Imran
or
Khan,
Mr. Bhutto, or Benazir Bhutto Sahaba, or Imran Khan, or Nawaz Sharif or Shahbaz Sharif, they love the country. They were never ever against the country. They always peacefully live, and they love them. And they all
military too. Military also. Military also.
I mentioned actually Pervez Musharraf Saab, Ziaul Haq.
Yeah.
So whoever comes, they always support the country. They love the country, and they are always ambassador to the country wherever they go. So I think people should understand the Pakistani Christians they love. So whenever such incident happened in the world, they should not actually burn their houses or
take the law into their hands.
Yeah, exactly. They should not take the law in their hand, because it is nothing to do with the Christians.
Christian are here very peaceful. Muslim also peaceful here. Muslim, my friends, they are my heart. They say Quran is our heart. It is our heart too. It is our Quran, as I told you. So it is not their Quran only. So we should also love each other, respect each other, and live in peace and harmony with each other. And God bless you. And I'm so happy. And I convey my thanks to Mr. Shakil David, Mr. Samson Javed, and to you.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. It was lovely.
God bless you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you too. God bless you too.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.